Welcome to Turtle WoW News with Vrograg. I'm your news anchor orc, Vrograg Fishslayer, here to bring you all the server news for the week of October 17th, 2023. We're broadcasting from somewhere in the wilds of Darkshore after I drank some Noggenfogger elixir and jumped off a cliff in Zulhatha in the Hydral Zone to see just how far I could get. Today we have a lot to cover to keep everyone updated on the ever-changing world of Turtle WoW during 1.17 second week. We'll touch on the ongoing market madness, take a look at changes coming through the October 10th changelog, and check out a brief PSA regarding anniversary presents. But first, we need to get to the top stories. I'm the Orc, and here's the news. A bombshell announcement was made October 15th by server lead Torta about 1.17.1 already being in development. Much like the previous patch, the post is split into two sections, one about content and one about itemization. On the content side, the team has communicated that they are already working on cleaning up the visuals for the notoriously odd goblins, already boasting new faces, haircuts, helmet visual fixes, and other animation tweaks. Both the goblins and high elves will look to have newly made starting zones with screenshots revealed of terrain editors showing off alpha versions of these new locations. Just as impactful is the itemization side of the post. Dragonovi, the itemization's team lead, announced what he is calling alternative class armor sets. These armor set adjustments are aimed at the tier 1, 2, 2.5, and 3 of available class sets. From what we can glean from the post, tier gear that drops currently from raids will now serve as a token that can be turned into create alternative versions of the gear to serve other specializations. Tier gear that is already tokenized, like the 2.5 and 3 sets, will just have to turn in for other options. All the tier gear as it exists now will still remain in the game classified as Legacy, while all of the new gear variants will become different sets entirely. So far, the class sets that can expect new options are Mages, who will get new sets for Arcane and another option for both Fire and Frost. Priests can expect a shadow focus on tier 1, 2, and 3, while 2.5 will have a healing variant, and finally a real smite set for 2.5. Warriors will have new sets to better cater to Arms Fury builds. Warlocks, who already had some recent tier gear tweaking, will also have destruction options for their tier sets. The hybrid classes, who have all dealt with their tier gear being largely relegated to healing options, are getting the lion's share of new tier gear sets. Druids will have feral and balance options, while the 2.5, which already has shifted towards boomkins, will have a healing variant. Retribution and protection paladins will have new sets, while the holy 2.5 will also be added. Shamans' much maligned enhancement and elemental specializations will get their own sets. Of course, two classes are left out of this big adjustment, but the itemization team did recognize this and add that existing set bonuses on Rogue and Hunter tier gear will have set bonuses buff. Those classes' more niche options like Melee and Beast Mastery Hunters or Assassination and Tanking Rogues may still be left wanting for now. Finally, the itemization post added that a more soon-coming set of changes are due in Turtle WoW before the next patch, classified as mid-patch. Details on what exactly is entailed by this list remains vague, though the team says changes will be posted on the forum before they are added to the server. Nevertheless, this post was met with great excitement by the community. The Turtle WoW team is hitting the ground running. You can be sure that any new adjustments or additions will be covered here. Our next Oh, hold on a moment. I'm getting some late-breaking news. You can confirm this? Okay. Real? Oh, okay. We have confirmed new information about the new PvP EU server, now dubbed Tel'abim. This graphic was leaked early to the news station, and from it we know a lot more. It seems as if both the gates of Anchorage and Naxxramas will be closed at launch. All the custom battlegrounds and the arena will be available at launch. It will also feature the newly implemented rank decay system on the main EU server. This is huge news for those chomping at the bit for a new bit of PvP Turtle WoW. It is the understanding of the news station that at the time of the script writing, there may be an announcement trailer to pair with this leak, and if it is available, we will link to it. Back to our other top stories. Today, we wanted to note Wow Radio's successful launch since the patch release. Though there were some stumbles right out of the gate, the radio has continued to be a great place to connect with the community with music from Wow composers and lighthearted commercial breaks with professionally voice-acted lines. The radio team confirmed for me that there is currently over 12 hours of audio able to be played through the radio, with configurations to be completely automated for multiple days. This last Friday, Wow Radio marked a milestone with its first ever truly live show, Living in the Past, hosted by Dan. The show is scheduled to be live every Friday at 5 p.m. US Eastern Time. So, if you missed the first one, make sure to tune in this week. This is a big step forward for the Wow community. Adding in-game live content to its already full complement of custom content has added a new layer of immersion and entertainment. Yours truly even tried their hand by airing a brief run of a RP community calendar and a midweek market watch, which didn't seem to get me flamed, so I'll assume it went over well. If time permits, I'll try to submit more to the radio team for airing, and to, as always, keep the community informed. Make sure to stay tuned to the radio while you play, and who knows, maybe we'll finally find out what's up with that other radio station. Alright, that's all we have for top stories. Let's go over to Market Watch as we continue to follow the fallout of the 1.17 patch release. Welcome to Market Watch, Wow's #1 program for in-depth auction house analysis and graph watching. We're still reeling from last week's post-patch market frenzy. It certainly sent my spreadsheets to the debugger. Let's check in with the stocks we always track, starting with arcane crystals, which have finally found some stability after last week's nutty high watermark of 300 per crystal. They currently are comfortably trading just under 40 gold, though recently the price has seen some plateauing. It is hard to say what this may mean going forward since its growth has seemed unstoppable as of late. Black Lotus had a hefty price jump on the 9th, but has since stabilized at a new price floor around 40 gold. This price is far from historical norms, but whether it is from an increase in raids available, lack of available farmers, or plain old price fixing is hard to say. Cured Rugged Hide had a dramatic decrease in value in the last 2 weeks, dropping nearly 30% down to just 18 gold. It is unclear what made the price jump in September, but whatever it was, it seems it's over and the prices are reflecting mid-August norms again. Grom's Blood traded about even recently, with index volatility of 30%, so buyers beware. Though these prices are slightly better than the low point in early September, the herb does have some more room to grow in the future. Large Brilliant Shards lost about 25 silver in their average pricing these last 2 weeks. Enchanters of Azeroth must no doubt seek alternative materials and services to make gold selling because these shards just don't make much gold anymore. Stonescale Eel trended up 5 silver recently with a volatility index of about 10 silver. No doubt the Fishers of Azeroth will be happy to see the slow rebound of its price. Following the Bright Dream Shard speculation, Mooncloth has come back down to around 20 gold. Given the more widespread use of Mooncloth in recipes and being tied up in the Dream Shard market, it will be interesting to see where the cloth moves next. Though Market Watch doesn't keep record of the new Bright Dream Shard, it is easy to see that the 20 gold valuation is roughly matching the 10 gold valuation on the Dream Shards, since one Mooncloth makes 2 Dream Shards. The S&B 7, Wow's only market index, made from all the stocks historically tracked here, shows that the hyper rally following the 1.17 patch is now over. But some prices remain inflated, which has caused the index to rest more comfortably in the low 20s. The market is active and will remain so as interest in the server remains high. Inflation remains a concern, but at least it seems mild for now. That's all the time we have for Market Watch. We hope you are better prepared for the gold-making week ahead. Remember to check out wowauctions.net to do your own due diligence in investing. It's where we get our data, and you should too. Let's get back to Vrograg in the shadowy forests of Darkshore. Before we jump into the changelog roundup, we do have a quick PSA for all players on the server. It has come to the attention of TurtleWow News that the anniversary gift given to players level 10 and above have encountered a small but widespread bug in that their carefully wrapped present did not include 5 fashion coins. This bug was in fact by design and was the result of exploiters duplicating fashion coins, so they had to be removed. The team expresses their regret about the situation, and I for one don't like those exploiters very much. Now on to the changelog roundup. We'll be covering the changelog of October 10th, which, to put it bluntly in Jamie's own words, lots of bugs fixes. Many of the items I'll note here I'll only be confirming through the changelog itself since the TurtleWow database is still down until the 27th. Many of the bugs too were not tracked on GitHub and just dealt with through internal team systems. 24 gear items had statistics, tags, or effects altered in some way. Rather than speaking on them all specifically, here is a quick reference list you can use by pausing the video to review at your leisure. The items included are Axe of Dormant Slumber, Vampiric Kriss, Vial of Potent Venoms, Medee's Foresight, Ring of Nature's Duality, Dawnstone Hammer, Ancient Jade Leggings, Leggings of the Shrouding Mists, Anasterian's Legacy, Wing of the Time Lord, Elweaver's Turban, Nordonar Guardian Spalders, Spear of the Endless Hunt, Venomweave Mask, Shield of Mathala, Sword of Lanthra, Marshal's Blocker, Foreskin Cloak, Fiery Chain Shoulders, Dwarven Battle Bludgeon, Flesh Slasher, Annihilator, Broken Blade, Libram of the Faithful. For more details on how exactly these items were altered, please refer to the October 10th changelog, which will be linked in the video. Tanks of BWL can relax a bit, now that Firemaw's old behavior of storing thrash attacks before getting into melee has been fixed. Previously, much had been done for tanks on pull to allow them to survive multiple instant thrashes coming out from Firemaw, and the aberrant behavior has since been fixed. Speaking of fighting dragons, Emerald Sanctum now, like all other raids, can no longer be entered while combat is happening. Horde members who couldn't find the Reventusk quests given by Guijin and war leader Zolmajin for their respective reputation quests should be able to find them again. There were still reports of problems with those quest givers this week, but in the next update, any remaining issues should be ironed out according to the Git-hub. Bosses in Lower Karazhan that were surprisingly susceptible to fear are now properly immune to horrify effects. Some smaller raid groups were surprised to see that raid scaling was adjusted to have a new minimum of 30 for 40-man raids. After, I'm sure, a perfectly kind and open discussion about the matter, the old scaling rules for applicable raids will be scaled down to 20 players once more. As part of this, it should be noted that the Turtle team is still considering future alterations to raid scaling, and that the Emerald Sanctum raid will remain a 40-man raid. That does it for the changelog roundup. Keep an eye out for this week's changelog, which no doubt will have more changes being made as the patch starts to stabilize and developers catch up with bug reports. Remember, you can always do your part by reporting bugs to the GitHub bug tracker or adding information to existing bug reports. The development team is small and always appreciates more information to make the client as good as it possibly can be. That is all the news we have for today's broadcast. Thank you all for joining me. I need to head out and discern the next great fishing hole to try out. We had a great time last weekend on our high adventure fishing chat in the wilds of Hyjal. Just look at all the fun we were having. I don't know how he is staying as an orca. I cannot tell you. All I know is Iron Branch is more powerful than your average druid. I hope to be fishing in a lower level area this weekend so more low level players can join in this week's fishing chat. Saturday, noon US East Coast time. Swing by if you're interested or hang out and chat. Aside from streaming, I'll see about getting more segments aired on TurtleWow Radio to keep all of you fine denizens of Azeroth informed and invested in the community. Thank you for all the love and support from players to team members. TurtleWow is something special and I'm glad we can all enjoy it together. It's just about time for me to hit the trail. So, until next time, be good to one another, stay safe, and as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge.